Good morning. Please stand. And gentlemen, please remove your caps. Please remain standing for the presentation of colors, the Pledge of Allegiance, and the national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Good morning and welcome. I would like to extend a special welcome to Superintendent Dr. Ann Levette, Board of Education President Dr. Joe Buck, District 4 Board Member Mr. Sean Ketchmeyer, District Administrators, faculty, staff, family, and friends to the Islands High School Class of 2021 commencement ceremony. It is an honor and privilege to be able to recognize and celebrate these young men and women. We are extremely proud of each one of you and are happy that we can share this moment with you and your families. It is my pleasure to introduce Islands High School's Salutatorian, Jordan Albury, and Valedictorian, Caitlin Keaton. Jordan is the daughter of Eston and Darcy Albury. She is a member of the Sharks softball, basketball, and soccer teams, the National Honor Society, and Sharks for Christ. Jordan does volunteer work with the YMCA and her church, Bible Baptist. Jordan plans to attend the University of Georgia, where she intends to major in journalism and communications to help reach her goal of becoming a writer. Caitlin, our valedictorian, is the daughter of Melissa Keaton and Jason Waterfield. She is a member of the National Honor Society, Rho Kappa, and the Future Farmers of America, where she is the chapter vice president and mentorship program co-coordinator. She is also a member of the National Society of High School Scholars and a vet science intern at Oatland Island. Caitlin plans to attend Ogeechee Tech, where she intends to major in veterinary technology. Her goal is to become an accredited zoo veterinary technician to help promote conservation. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Islands High School class of 2021 Salutatorian Jordan Arbery and Valedictorian Caitlin Keaton.
Good morning. I would like to welcome this morning Superintendent Dr. Levette, School Board President Dr. Buck, District 4 School Board Representative Mr. Cashmar, and all of the esteemed members of the Board of Education, Mr. Butler, faculty, staff, parents, and class of 2021. If I'm totally honest with you guys, I like to write a lot, and when I do, I tend to embellish and make it really long. And that's kind of what I planned on doing today, and then I remembered that we've been online for the past over a year, and let's be honest, guys, after the first 10-15 minutes of class, our cameras are off and we're already asleep, so I figured I'd speed it up so we weren't checked out. All joking aside, guys, we made it. We entered into the doors of Islands High School 4 years ago, embracing the idea of facing both challenges and uncertainty in an effort to grow and learn. We made it through every tough test, every long night doing homework, every difficult bar and band class, every hard-hit ball on the field, every FFA and vet science competition, every paper, and every annoying class period. We made it. It wasn't easy. We were surely very tired, but we understood the goal and continued to fight. And I guess we weren't on our own either. We've had teachers, parents, grandparents, guardians, siblings, and classmates rooting for us the whole time. For this, I offer my unrelenting thanks. With their help, we made it. Y'all, we literally experienced school the way that nobody ever has before, online during a global pandemic. We were frustrated, we missed family, we missed friends, I'll even say it, we missed school. But as we sit here today, it's clear that our passion to learn never left us. We stared unprecedented circumstances in the face, we pushed on, and we made it. Now, as we prepare to go to college or trade school or enter the workforce, I want us to all reflect on what Islands has done for us. It got us here today. The staff and faculty worked just as tirelessly as we did. They literally decided to come back to high school for us. Islands has been our home for the past 4 years, a place where we could discover who we were and who we wanted to be, where we learned what teachers had planned for us and the love that they would show us always. Now, as we look back on what Islands did for us, I feel that it's also necessary to understand what we ourselves were able to achieve at Islands. We saw our vet science team exceed and make it to nationals, where they placed 14th. We saw our researchers recognized statewide for the scientific research program. We were part of the sports teams that continued to grow and make it farther and farther into state playoffs, as well as watching us this very year, our senior year, win region championships in softball, volleyball, cross country, tennis, soccer, and track and field. I'd say it's a pretty cool accomplishment for our senior year. We ourselves went from the annoying freshmen to that awkward sophomore stage to aspiring juniors, and now we are accomplished seniors. We made it. By the grace of God, we made it. 2 Timothy 4:17 says, "The Lord stood by me and gave me strength." And I feel that it's by His grace and by His mercy that we stand here today, able to say that we're graduates of Islands High School. Now, as we walk across the stage and our high school days come to an end, I want to give y'all one last heads up. The future, it's not going to be easy. We'll face hardships, endure late nights, work through tough times, and have doors slammed in our face. And as hard as it is to hear, it's true. Hardships are inevitable. They will happen. What makes the difference is how you will handle it. Class of 2021, we have already experienced things that many generations before us have not. I once pretty recently told my mom that I was tired of living in these unprecedented times. But the truth is, unprecedented times means we get to come up with unprecedented solutions. We ourselves get to change the world. We were born in this time for a reason. So I stand here challenging y'all to continue to push forward. Fight for what you believe. Love when it's hard. Work relentlessly for your goals. Don't take no for an answer. If opportunity doesn't knock, build a door and continue on. We made it through high school and accomplished so much, and I stand here ecstatic to see what we, the Islands High School class of 2021, will be able to say we made it through as we enter the rest of our lives. Because once a shark, always a shark. Thank you.
Good morning, Superintendent Dr. Levette, School Board President Dr. Buck, District 4 School Board Representative Mr. Katchmar, all members of the Board of Education, Mr. Butler, faculty, staff, parents, and class of 2021. It is with immense pleasure and honor that I stand here before you today delivering a commencement address. I would like to extend a huge congratulations to my fellow graduates. We have had to overcome some of the most difficult, unforeseen obstacles to be sitting where we are today. When the COVID-19 pandemic first emerged early last year, we were all burdened with uncertainty for what the future held. We endured months of online learning during quarantine and were quite literally plagued with navigating through what would come in the summer months and what would become our senior year. I could stand here today and talk about all of the experiences that we missed out on and how our senior year was effectively ruined, but instead, I'd much prefer to think about all the lessons that we didn't expect to learn. If there's any one thing that the global pandemic taught me, it's that you are not your circumstances. Rather, you are the culmination of your possibility and your choices. There are avenues open, waiting to be explored. You only have to have the courage and the desire to grow. Whether we care to admit it or not, each and every single one of us has had moments, while they weren't our brightest, taught us something valuable. The moment that stands out to me happened during middle school over something that seems so trivial now, but felt far from it at the time. I was stressed over 7th grade humanities finals, and no matter how hard I studied, the information wouldn't stick. It quite literally went in one ear and out the other. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't remember a single thing on the day of the test. When it was time for my score, I knew that it wouldn't be as high as I wanted. A week later, I received it, and my score quite literally dropped. I had failed, an unfamiliar feeling that I had let consume me. My parents wanted to get ice cream to celebrate my efforts, but I couldn't rationalize celebrating a failure. What I didn't realize at the time was that we weren't celebrating failure, but rather it was my best attempt in learning. Failing a test is something that we're all familiar with, regardless of our GPA or academic accomplishments. We've all been there at one point or another, and it's hard. It's truly difficult working so hard towards something for so long and not having it pay off in the end. It's difficult pouring your blood, sweat, and tears into a project only for it to not come out as you'd hoped. Life is undoubtedly hard, especially when we keep failing over and over, especially during a global pandemic when nothing is certain. But we are going to fail. It's inevitable. But none of us would be sitting here today graduating if we hadn't failed or gotten the support from those around us. When I look out on all of my fellow graduates, many of whom I know, and those I don't but should, I see that each and every single one of you has a story that is far from being over. To each and every one of you, I encourage you to find something that you're passionate about and just try. You may fail, or you may not, but that's not the narrative. This is. You are not your circumstances. We have grown over the past 4 years, and we will continue to, but only when we remember to put aside the things that went wrong this year. There are far too many for us to count. So to all the athletes who've come so close to winning their championship game, but fell just short, to the musicians who spent countless hours practicing the same piece of music over and over again, only to miss notes during concert, to all of the FFA and FBLA chapter members who had the courage to compete in a competition in which they knew nothing about, but tried hard, but still didn't place as nearly as high as they wished, and to all of the other students who came so close to achieving their goal, you are not defined by your failure, but rather refined from the learning lesson. We are not just a part of the countless graduating classes that we remembered because of the pandemic. We have overcome obstacles that never even crossed our mind when we began our high school journey 4 years ago. And I'm so proud of every single one of you for making it to graduation. Class of 2021, it has been my honor to have learned, grown, and failed with every single one of you. I know you all will accomplish great things in life, and I look forward to seeing your successes. On behalf of the graduating class, I would like to thank all of the parents for helping us become the humans we are today, the teachers and administrators of Island High School for sharing their knowledge, life wisdom, and abundance of encouragement as we continue on our journey. And finally, to the mentors and advisors for helping us flourish, discover our passions, and understand where we belong in this crazy, crazy world. Islands High School teachers, administrators, and other faculty, you have given us all immense opportunities to learn and grow. I'd like to extend a huge thank you and farewell with some famous words that I've grown to appreciate now that I won't be hearing them in class every day. I say goodbye to the closing chapter of our lives and welcome the new with the immortal words of Mr. James Oliver. Islands High School, peace out.
Will the class of 2021 please stand? Having met the requirements of the Savannah-Chatham County Board of Education and the Board of Education of the state of Georgia, I hereby declare by the power vested in me that you, the class of 2021, are graduates of the Savannah-Chatham County Public School System.
On the dots. But we don't have our cards. They're up there. Cards are up there.
Kaylin McKenzie Keaton. Jordan Ashley Page Alberry. Jaden Marquise Adams. Ashton Reed Allen. Dylan Michael Allen. Ann Elizabeth Askew. Amberly Grace Bailey. Dason James Barnett. Antonio Jamal Barnwell. Robert James Bassing. Caitlin Desi Bazemore. David Benda. Justin Amari Bonds. Kylie Maria Borrell. Savannah Faye Bowles. Anna McAlpin Brennan. Jack Ross Brigden. Cole Allen Bristol. Alyssa J. Brooke. Freddie Elijah Brown III. Annalise Burks Brown. Jalen Carswell Butterfield. Ansley Jillian Burnett. Yay. Sean Jake Brown Calipati. Erin Elizabeth Caldwell. Gabriella Nicole Calloway. Addison K. Carter. Shayla Sierra Charleston. Lindsay K. Cheek. Brittany Chin. Nathaniel Donovan Malik Chisholm II. Solomon Isaac Cohen. Serena Shay Collins. Elena Elizabeth Conkus. Mason Kale Cooler. Randall Eugene Davis Jr. Peyton Savannah Dean. James William Dewberry III. Kirsten Alyssa DeRay. Kaylee Hayden Wesley Edge. Victoria Lou Edge. Elizabeth Lacey Ockelbaum. Zoe Patricia Farley. William Ben Farmer II. Andrew Byron Fordham. Jesse Monroe Fountain. Anthony Vincent Frankowski. Gavin Braden Gall. Haley Denise Garcia. Hannah Maria Garcia. Dylan Reed Gardner. Naira Ashley Garrett. Jason Herbert Geggett Jr. Alex Renee Gonzalez. Tay Andrea Gonzalez Winters. Jalen Angelo Gordon. Britton Lloyd Woodall Gottlieb. Aubrey Morgan Grant. Grant Doyle Hampton. William Blake Handy. Haven Lindsley Hanks. Sarah Elizabeth Harris. Autumn Michelle Harrison. Shelby Nadine Harvey. Callum Robert Hayes. Jessica Lee Haynes. Cassidy Sage Heinley. Gabriel Alexander Hyatt. Elise Elizabeth Hoback. Maxwell Wellington Hollis. Emily Caroline Host. Laura Kennedy Hunter. Sabria Jackson. Christina Jang. Ella Grace Kay. Tyler Connor Kirkland. Hunter David Cohen. Kirsten Summer LaFollette. Abdelati Chloe Michelle Ledbetter. Riley Patrick Lincoln. Love. Keegan Bailey Mace. Emily Grace Martin. Kelvin Ramon Massey. Jordan Ashley McCann. Colin Michael McFadden. John Archie McKenzie III. Alexander Dow Meeker. Olivia Christine Meir. Savannah Reese Melton. Landon Thomas Mercer. Julia Grace Metzger.
Jackson Thomas Mims. Jackson Thomas Mims.
Jackson Thomas Mims. Crimson Rain Moore. Amelia Marie Morgan. Jalen Trey Morris. Samuel McGinnis Neal. Aaliyah Nicole Newman. Hannah Nicole Newman. Courtney Tenyi Nguyen. Isabel Nicole North. Emily Brianna Odell. Aiden Madden Oliver. Fallon Elise O'Neill. Sarah Alita Orozco. Denver Cole Oots. Sarah Margaret Peters. Cole 2 Alexander Pham. Jimmy Da Vinci Pinkard. Jera Elaine Plasick. Michaela Taylor Renata Pringle. Haley Nicole Pounders. Claudia Esmeralda Ramirez. Dennis Walter Riedlinger. Christian Alexander Rikowski II. Noah Alexander Rigdon. Taylor Alasia Riley. Deshad Ali Roberts. Abigail Taylor Rose. Carolyn Cynthia Ross. Gabriel Jude Ross. Aiden Everett Russell. Cassidy Lynn Scanlon. James Harrison Shippey. DeMonte David Smith. Samuel Tyshawn Sneed. Elijah Perry Steele. Naja Yvonne Stroman. Charlotte Lee Thompson. Samantha Marie Tysinger. Aiden James Wagner. Matthew Allen Waldauer. Lucas Anthony Wallagora. Anthony Marcus Brown. Carrie Marie Washington. Zoran Xavier Watkins. Avery Page Whipple. Kennedy Jordan White. Gracie Eugenia Witten. Brian Chase Williams. Jordan Nicholas Andrew Williams. Tashawn Samitra Williams. Devin Christopher Willman. Alex Gerald Woods. Dylan Reed Young. Evan Matthew Vogel Young. Leo Zhang. Sophia Joe Zotti. Paul Edmund Davis. Mohammed Diab. Seymour Mateus Ortega. Grayson Patrick Allen. Andrea Luciana Bibliotti. Avery Jane Burke. John Willie Dickerson IV. Dion Sadiq Duncan. Natalie Maria Goni. Ton Min Hong. Riley James Deason. Jonathan Chandler Williams. Ivy Chin Wee Lin. Alize Shadab Malik. Abigail Francis McBride. Robert Derek Muroz. Taryn Mackay Patterson Bryant. Bella Reel. Amarion Joy Simpson Daniels. Dustin Cal Tucker. Donovan Lamont Davilar. Tashana Leanna Ward. Jedlyn Ryan Suzette Williams. William Isaiah Williams IV. Faith Mallory Wingo. Isaiah Maurice P. Emily Geraldine Rodriguez Vegas. Jacob Dylan Hayes. Ty Grayson Carter.
To the graduating class of 2021 Islands High School, while our time together has been short, I am no less proud of your accomplishment. Very briefly, allow me to congratulate and thank our valedictorian, Kaylin, for reminding us that we are not our circumstances, but rather the culmination of our possibilities and choices. So thank you, Kaylin. And to our salutatorian, Jordan, thank you for recognizing the many academic and athletic accomplishments of your fellow classmates. In fact, the list of accomplishments of this senior class is too lengthy to list in its entirety. And to all of our accomplished scholars, thank you for caring for each other and for others this past year. I am now excited to share with you your new CDC guidelines as you prepare to transition to fewer restrictions and access more opportunities. Cultivate your drive for things greater, deactivate your fear of failure, and celebrate your continued growth with joy and laughter. Once again, I commend each of you. At this time, I am excited to present on your behalf the 2020-2021 Inspirational Educator Grant Award, which is made possible by the Educate Chatham Foundation, a nonprofit organization dedicated to the support of the Savannah-Chatham County Public Schools. The Islands High School class of 2021 has selected Ms. Chelsea Rogers as the Most Inspirational Educator Award. Please come to the stage at this time to receive your award. Will the graduating class of Islands High School please stand? Superintendent Dr. Levette, Board of Education President Dr. Buck, district representatives, and other members of the Board of Education and Administration. It is my privilege and honor to certify that these distinguished students standing before you have successfully completed the requirements for graduation for the state of Georgia and the Savannah-Chatham County Board of Education. Graduates, please move your tassels. I proudly present to you all the class of 2021 of Islands High School. Thank you all so much for being here. This concludes our ceremony.